Welcome to Portman Ponderings. Today we're going to talk about multicultural education and global diversity. And in looking at that, we're considering how do we maintain the balance between national identity and that of a diverse individual. The basic principle of multicultural education is to increase the ability of citizens to understand and to relate to each other from diverse perspectives. There are many other reasons that are given, not only in textbooks, but in articles that are written on this. The underlying foundation of education is to help build a citizenry that is respectful to each other. Our democratic principles in the United States are based upon equity, justice, and human dignity, which are at the very core of multiculturalism and multicultural education. So when we look at that, we have to consider how do we help each other and grow a citizen group who can embrace all of the various diverse aspects of individuals, of population groups, of global population groups. We have our own cultural identities that we're born into, that we are raised in, and even though there may be one group that a family within a group does not mean that that family will embrace the same values and beliefs as another family within the same cultural group. So we focused a lot in multiculturalism about differences between groups and haven't really begun to address the issues that are within groups. That being said, we still have our cultural identities, then we have our national identities. Many countries across the world are dealing with changes in their demographic population that when they once were considered a homogeneous ethnic and racial group, now there are interracial marriages, there are different aspects that are coming into play. And this is causing a multicultural revolution to some degree of looking at the concepts and the balancing act between what it means to be a national citizen and yet maintain our cultural diversity. Then you add on the third factor, which is a global citizen, because with the technology in this day and age, we're exposed to so much more and have access to people who may be in other countries who share the same research interest or the same educational interest. Our children in schools, instead of the pen and paper pen pals, are able to get on the internet and to talk with children around the world. When we look at multicultural education and global diversity, we have to consider that the premise is that if we can help ourselves and others through education to embrace cultural differences, to be open-minded to different values and belief systems at the local or national level, then it can transfer into the global level. And then we have a citizenship issue at hand to where people can embrace and think clearly about policies and about legislation and about developing models and ways of dealing with the various issues. This has to be done with a delicate degree of balance. Assimilationist would say that we all need to be one. In the United States, we all need to work toward becoming American. And yet, we have groups that are not heard. Their voices are not heard. Their cultural values are not heard. So I would be interested in hearing from you your comments related to how can we balance in the United States our views of holding to equality and justice and human dignity and still be American and accept the diversity that's around us. For the next time, for Portman Ponderings.